No matter what I say, no matter how many times I tell my grandson to quit screaming in the background while I'm trying to record, within 20 minutes he forgets what I'm saying. Like the dog in the living room, I keep telling it to go outside, go outside, go outside. It looks at me like it's dumb, no understand English. But when I get it and get ready to put it outside and open the door, no, let me tell that story better. I tell it, go lay down or I'm going to put you outside. Over and over and over. Quit bothering me, go over there, chill, be glad you're in the house, I'm going to put you outside. And the dog looks at me like, I'm a dumb dog, I don't know what you're saying. Right? And then I go to open the door to put it out. It runs over there and lay down. Like it heard me the whole damn time. Just playing hard and playing stupid. We're the same way with this kid. Over and over. So now I dig you creatures out. Alright? It's been too many times. Too many. One too many. Promise is a promise. See, this note is a setup to just jump in there to speak on some random subject and let them neuralize and vampire me. And when I feel it go down, do what I'm doing right now. Give them some poison blood. See, dogs are greedy. Thieves taught me you could take some ball of ground beef, put peanut butter in the middle of it, and toss it to someone's dog. And the peanut butter gets stuck to the roof of the dog's mouth. And he keeps licking and he can't get it, but he can't bark either. He's tied up with this. Try it on your dog, he'll just sit there rolling on the ground licking the top of his mouth until he gets that all of the peanut butter because he's so greedy. Till he gets the last taste out of his mouth. In the meantime, they're robbing your house. Well, same way with any creature. I remember in school days, a character named Vaughn. I don't even want to say the actor's name right now. Says, all you need is a bus with free chicken and beer on the side of it, and all these black people will get on that bus and ride to their death, like Auschwitz. They would just get on voluntary. You ain't got to put no guns on them, round them up, have martial law. They're greedy like that. And they have bait just like that. Every creature. See, I've watched. Look, here's what's apparent to this about this kid in the background. What I told you, what I showed you in the middle note. If you don't put it in a song or in media, the education process has been killed long ago. My grandma was telling my mom she knows all those songs, but doesn't know her schoolwork and can't remember nothing she told her. And then I end up being told it by my mom. And then I end up telling my kids. And now my kid needs to tell their kids, no. This has to stop. I'm going to put it into music and into media. 3 generations of saying something and not listening to what they're saying themselves. Because no one acted upon it, and no one did it, and no one acted like it was a fact. I'm different. On these notes, the little clicking sound you hear, that's me pressing play and pause. These little clips are before shots that I may need later and proof that I wasn't all perfect. That I was all perfect. And the same people clapping for me tried to kill me and destroy me and crucify me 1,000 times. Some of the people you see standing behind me are plotting against me. This is for you to see the middle. Because we're going to show you the before, and we're going to show you the before, which is this, and then we're going to show you the after. Time to twist. For those who think they know, who think they heard all the notes, who think they heard all the solutions, well, let me put this on you. You're going to hear things about we can't use the jail anymore. It's not sound, it's not safe, it's not sane. The school system, oh my God. It sucks, it's not sane, it's not functional, it's not sanitary. It's self-destructive and suicidal. It's self-defeating to put these kids together because of their gaps in their home training. They infect each other with insanities because no one taught this one this. And okay, if we lose all this stuff, what are we going to replace it with? What are we going to replace jail with? How are we going to deal with crime? Same solution for everything. It kept being built up as some big bad thing. It's a monster to fight because you know what? It's covering itself. And it's almost like we have to stick our head in the lion's mouth in order to get out of this. That's what it's going to feel like because you of what's wrong with you. So first, let's deal with that. Let's deal with what is the problem with these people in jail and what's wrong with school. Okay? They're causing insanity. How is this being done? What is actually being done to them to make them insane? Oh, they're being fed lies. What is that? How is that hurting them? How is that doing anything to them? Repeating it is how it's imprinted. These lies are things that you say they're being told. It is hypnosis. And once you're hypnotized, you can be told anything is reality and anything you can see everyone as monsters. Because that's what your mind's telling you. I told you, if you're hypnotized that you're a chicken, you really believe you're chicken. The only defense against hypnosis is you can't hypnotize a person to do something they really don't want to do. So the more open you are, the more open you are to hypnosis. So, wow, dang. So, the solution, funny enough, is like, hey, a bump on the head is what made you lose your amnesia, lose your memory. Another blow to the head will bring it back. Well, the only solution to hypnosis is hypnosis. You can't dehypnotize a person. You can't take information from a person's brain. That's why I knew these vampire attacks were what you call short-term memory loss. That your memories were still in there. But whatever they did You can't even recall your own memory or even the words you were saying 5 seconds ago. It's not like Alzheimer's, where you forget things. It's like temporary dementia. Some really slight stuff that come and go. Just completely forget a few seconds ago, like someone snatched it out of your head. So what you have to do when someone is hypnotized, you have to overwrite it. You understand these terms, right? Defragmentation, overwrite, they're all computer terms. What have you been told? A computer is like your brain. No, your brain is like a computer. Which one is it? It's this one. The computer is the same thing everything else they got. A little bitty mimic of what a brain cell does. Not your brain, of what a brain cell does. That's how close it is. And they'll tell you the computer can do stuff the human mind can't do. No, that's a lie. Okay? It can count way 10 times what a human can do and what other can. You know why? You've been hypnotized to use 10% of your brain. If you was running 10% of your speed, a little child could beat you running. So wow, a computer can outthink you, count faster than you, and all the time they telling you there's no way no computer they've ever made can match the human brain. And then they turn around in the next breath and tell you the human brain can't match the computer. These are different people telling you what they believe, what they want you to believe. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. You gotta take it and investigate it, whether it's true or false. So, big, mysterious, viable alternative, hypnosis. Everyone's been made evil and crooked, deformed and dysfunctional by hypnosis. By many, many parties and factors who didn't think that it would get this bad. Like everyone with a fireplace in the chimney didn't think air pollution would ever get this bad. So, you have to override it. That's where we come in. They don't know what to overwrite. They don't even know what is written in there that's making you dysfunction. We're so far ahead of them, they have to come to me. They don't even know where to start. They're defragmented, and all information that they have and have amassed is defragmented. That means it's scattered all over the place. It's not in any chronological order or any useful fucking order. They can't pull together all the. So like just take the United States government. They spend billions and billions on research and information that they haven't been able to seem to apply. They can't even process it all at the same time. No one they have working for them that could apply it can even comprehend it all. So they're working on the quantum computer too, when they have one. I'm using mine now. So, there you go. If you hypnotize a person not to steal or that they can't steal. If you hypnotize them, they can't lie, they can't lie. If you hypnotize them, they can't kill, they can't kill. If you tell them not to litter, they won't litter. So, it's like, try to tell them good from bad, and they still want to be bad. It's going to be voted. The hypnosis is going to be voted. You can't let a bunch of crazy people run around talking about this the land of the free to do whatever crazy thing they want to do. They're gonna make you stick your head in the machine with the original big chunky gadget. It's been devised and redevised so many times, it can go in a syringe and be injected into you. Hypnotize you, set you up to be hypnotized, and then run the program. Basically, what is being done to you now, and what was done to you to make you forget things, ignore things that are right in your face. Have you wondering, thinking, blaming yourself like, I can't seem to get my shit together. Like it's all your fault. It's no more your fault than those things I told you about children. Go get those notes. I'm going to tell you real quick just to spark your interest. I've said more about children and the cause of mental problems than Sigmund Freud. Asked him. I've said more valid, current things than he did. Like, if you're obese, it's not your fault. You were a loud crying baby, and they found out that sticking a bottle in your mouth shut you up. So every time they went to shut you up, they stuck a bottle in your mouth. And then it graduated to food. And they kept feeding you just to babysit. Food became your babysitter just for you to... Alright, now, that's it. This is like a third note in a row in which I didn't have to tell this kid to be quiet in the background, and every other thing was done. And when they distract me, I get sucker punched from the side from like a vampire and can't remember what I was saying. So now it's time to snatch the rug out from under him. I'm finna kill him. Alright. And I'm getting tired of telling this kid. Now, I'm talking about the screen heads and device heads and all this, and I get neuralized and can't remember, and then several notes later it come back to me. I'm tired of all that. I'm just gonna end this. Screen heads and all. I wasn't asked to do it. I was telling you how to identify them. But let's get down to why they're crazy and must be stopped. Because they're going to claim they have the right to do this and that nothing's wrong with it. But if I want to ruin my eyes looking at a device in the dark or doing whatever, then okay. Look, idiot. What are you looking at? Do you even know what a television is? Or what a phone is? Do you even know what is happening in front of you? No, you don't. Only the makers know. Game makers. Television makers. Here's what is happening. There is a blank screen in front of you. They put a dot. You know, the little arrow, the cursor that you move around to click on things with your finger. There's one of those on the screen, and it moves just like the little arrow that you move around. Alright? That's your game character that you think you're moving. They put it on top of the arrow. So you're moving a little arrow around that you use all the time thinking that it's a real thing. So they put a little animated character on top of the arrow. So now you're able to move the animated character around and you think you're doing something, but you're still just moving a little arrow. And the arrow is nothing but a little blinking dot. Alright? The arrow itself is a cartoon put on top of the blinking dot, the cursor. Alright? We were here when these things were created. We know what was there before they put things on top of them that you can't see. Alright? Your computer, when you go to do it, it has an app that says cleaning. But you have no idea what's going down when it's cleaning it. But us who were here in the beginning know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. The defragmentation and all of that. So, I'm going to break it down to you and make you look really stupid for being addicted to this thing. It's a light box. Nothing is happening in front of you. It is a dancing light show. Let me try to explain. You ever look at a picture, especially a painting, that looks so real? That's what you're looking at, all right? A painting that they changed the painting around this dot or arrow cursor, all right, to make you think that the cursor is moving, to make you think that the character is moving, but the character isn't going anywhere. It stays in the middle of the screen. You're able to move it from side to side, up and down, but it's not going anywhere. It's the artwork changing around it that gives the illusion of movement. Nothing's happening. That's why your dog, your bird, and your fish isn't interested in television, because all they see is a light box. You're the only idiot that are sitting there watching these dancing lights thinking you're seeing real cars and people, when it's only lights. Even television, not just cartoons. It's only a bunch of dots of light put together. It's not real television. Nothing's really blowing up. It's not really action movie. Nothing's happening in front of you. You're an idiot sitting there watching dancing lights who think that you are really experiencing something. Your mind thinks that it's really experiencing a car chase, which is bad for your mind, because your subconscious mind know that you're not, and know that you're sitting on your butt, sitting here watching a light box. But your conscious mind think that you're really like watching a gunfight. But you're nothing. The television is nothing but a light box. And you're telling yourself it's more, it's something else, that something's really happening in front of you. But look at your pets. Look at the baby you're trying to make watch television so you can make it a babysitter way before time, like you did to the other children. Just sit them in front of the television like a babysitter. Look at the baby you're trying to make do that. It doesn't bite. It's not interested in television because it's like watching a flickering light bulb. A baby will watch a light bulb and a flickering light bulb, but only so long. It's not like really interesting. And your dancing lights aren't interesting to a dog or nothing. Now, if it was real people playing and jumping around, the dog would want to join in. But your little light box doesn't seem to excite the dog. It doesn't want to sit there and watch television like it's a substitute for looking out the window. Because it's not. The things out the window are occurring. They are true. The things on television, you're acting like they're true in your mind. Jumping up and down. Oh my God. No, don't go in there. That is not healthy nor sound mind for you to be looking at a tree thinking it's a waterfall. For you to be looking at lights, telling your mind that this is something that's really happening, even for an hour and a half, is unhealthy. Not just bad for your eyes. A substitute imagination on top of it. They're going to do all the dazzling things before you could think of them. So you never sit there and think of these movie things yourself, which you can. You could picture people flying, and you could do better than any movie can ever do in your imagination. But they handicapped it and made you settle for you waiting for the next new movie to imagine. When you could do it every day for free. All the good things are free, like sex, breathing. This money thing is an invention. So the good things couldn't be made out of it or to be dependent dependent on it because all the good things were here before it and will be here after it. So you're addicted to a machine. How are you addicted to games? You're addicted because you were led in because imitations of life. What that is someone to take something that truly exists and draw a picture of it. That's so realistic, you think you could reach in and touch it. Okay? This is how it starts. Then you flicker these pictures, and it looks like there's movement if you draw the pictures slightly different. It looks like there's movement. This is animation. This is the beginning of film and everything. Okay? The flickering of these pictures. They're trying to kill this note. Alright? The same vampire crap. You getting it so far. So now you have cartoons, animation. What this so-called game is now to give you control of the cartoon. You couldn't resist it. First you became a fan of cartoons. Because they made you. Alright? And so then give you the power to make the cartoon yourself. To make the cartoon go the way you want it to. And then give you the feeling that you're actually starring in the cartoon. That you can control the cartoon. You're the director. You got the controller. You can make the star character, the cartoon, do anything you want. Then they put you in it. What you call point of view. As though you're looking through your eyes. Alright? It's still just fancy artwork and drawing and painting and dancing lights. Nothing is happening in front of you. But you're getting mad, angry, excited, like something is really taking place when nothing is happening. You know how nothing is happening? When you win and you get high score, nothing happens. No money don't come out from the bottom of the screen. No prizes don't pop out the side. You get nothing but imaginary crap. That's how you know it's imaginary. Okay? The trick is we allow you to use imaginary money to get real stuff. We're going to give you points. And you can use these points to get real merchandise. Try to throw you off like this is a real thing and a real activity. The games aren't real. It's just a bunch of dancing lights in front of you. The films aren't real. It's just a bunch of dancing lights and dots. The internet, there is no such thing in the world. It only exists in our minds. You think it exists out there somewhere like telephone lines and all of that. No, computers exist. The internet does not. It's just an imaginary thing that you can't go out there and find. You can't get in your car and drive to the internet. It ain't real. You can drive to the beach. Try driving to the internet. You can go to the mall. Try going to the internet. Because your mind still don't want to accept it ain't real. No, the internet's real. The internet's real. It's a real thing. It's not. You're crazy. You've been made this way. You've been hypnotized. Do you hypnotize a person? There's a lot of ways. Like dancing lights on the screen. Like the little loading circle. Hang on, wait right there. Just watch the little circle spin. Keep your eye on the swinging watch. Watch the spiral. Watch the spiral. Watch the spiral. While we play little messages down so low. It's been a long run. I came in the game, they had television shows, and then they had a commercial. And right before the television show switched to a commercial, there was a little black spot where the television went black. We we took it as just part of natural television to change from here to there. A black screen, things go black, and then the next show come on, transition. If you notice today, things cut right erect so fast you don't have time to even comprehend that the commercial's on. Long time ago, they had a different method. Little black piece that go in between stuff. Now, on this black piece was little subliminal messages like, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty. I don't want water, I don't want water. I want Pepsi, Coke, or whatever. We found it, we killed it. It's supposed to be illegal now. But like all illegal things, the criminals just go underground and around the law. Can't use naked women on you no more. We're gonna make the image of naked women in the ice cubes in the glass. That's basically the game. And at the end of the day, all of these things are what is being used to hypnotize you. No one's running up on you with a swinging watch. It's your phone. It's your television. The reason that you don't know what's wrong with you. You come up with another explanation, the devil or whatever, and see if it stick. And then you look up hypnosis and look at the world and see that you don't find out it is the only one thing that can do this. Is someone hypnotize these people to forget who the hell they were and to believe I was them. The real clue is hypnosis is not exact science. You have to be a master. You have to pick your words so carefully, it's almost like time travel. You could cause a paradox. If you use the wrong syllables, the wrong words, if you pronounce a word wrong, imagine the consequences when you're hypnotizing someone. That's what they don't show you on television. How bad it is when hypnosis goes south. Because none of the work in hypnosis would be able to work again. And all those movies was to bring them business to that industry, not take it away. And you have never seen a string like horror movies, sci-fi movies. You've never seen a string of hypnosis movies where the villains and the people use hypnosis, where the big conspiracy group hypnotized everyone. It's always in there slightly. It's not what the movie's about. It's about mind readers and demons. It's about technology and eagle eye in the sky, enemy of the state. It's never about the exact real method being used by people you know and used by the people where you work. The signs made by the sign people are made by people who know this, who know what colors do what to your mind and use those colors to manipulate you. It's not high up secret society. It's the person in the damn mirror being an accessory and playing like the three monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Because they've been brainwashed to telling the truth. Even about someone doing something bad is snitching or bad. It's evil for you to tell the truth. You're an evil bad guy. gonna see things where you would never use the stuff that you sell or where you work. You work at a food place, you would never eat that food. But you'll let them feed it to everyone else and not say a word. Unless they fire you and you're trying to get back at them. Ex-government employee comes clear. A Michael Jackson bodyguard. People didn't say a damn word when their word could be took serious when they were in place. But now that they're disgruntled, they got something to say. We can't listen to you, you butthurt. You're mad. We've all been mad. And we know how we color things when we're mad to make the person or thing we're talking about really look bad and make ourselves look innocent. That's our side of the story. Mirages, digital mirages. It should not be a tool of learning or anything. It's eating your eyes up. It's radiating you. And all the coronavirus and all the other stuff, they slipped 5G in. That is doing to you what radiation does. And your cells are leaking. They're secreting things, and you're getting fluid on your lungs and a cough and spitting it out, and you think it's a cold, but you don't have a cold. This is the effect of 5G on you. Your cells can't take it. Your human. It's killing you slowly, just so they can move faster. Whose best interest is in this? Who can move faster? The computer. It's the only one that gains from 5G. You can't talk any faster or listen any faster. Falling for those commercials. The only thing that can move faster is the computers. This 5G is how fast a computer can move. It is the winner in the game, and for its gain, they're gonna poison us all and radiate us. Who's running things? The computer? Message. That's it for right now. All the time, and remember, all the time I was making this note, there was some idiot somewhere saying and thinking I was talking to myself. And they're going to sing the same song. I thought he was talking to himself. We thought. Recap. Reminder. Every time you say I thought, you were wrong. Count how many times you say I thought, and you're going to realize thinking is not your field, it's mine. Last twist. Always got to put a twist. And if they, I swear, you uttered a word, they start making stupid sounds in the background, I'm going to go off. So, I'm listening to my grandson, let's say, and he's in VR. I don't know what they're playing, but the guy says, and I shouldn't be able to hear them, they're way too loud. The guy says, damn Africans, damn sneaky Africans, or something like this. He says, dude, I'm African American. That's not cool. The guy gets real quiet. He doesn't say anything else. But right then it hits me that my grandson sounds like a little white kid. He doesn't sound black. So the guy had no way of knowing. Then it hits me how hard life is for people I've seen like that. They're like a person, man without a country. All right? They're trying to be in with these people, but there's no way they could ever be. And they're going to get rejected by these people because they act like those people. They just end up nowhere at all. They realize no matter what they do, they're still going to look at them like they're one of those people. Even if they walk and talk and act just like them. And those people are not going to like them, even if they look just like them, because they act just like them. And they don't like the way those people act. These people don't like the way those people look, and those people don't like the way these people act. You're making a bad mistake. Just not going to like you because you look like them, and they're not going to like you because you act like them. We're at a strange time. People think they can get away with what they did 30, 40, 20, even 10 years ago. The world is changing too fast. People frown on kiss asses. They frown on, I'll give you real examples. See, I'm the only one not scared to mention things that's not politically correct. You and political can kiss my nuts. Look, truth is truth. People are beginning to frown on a Mexican person that's trying to act like a white person, and a white person that's trying to act like a Mexican person. They're not feeling that. And this is with every culture. That's just an example. You used to get away with them things, and you actually be in kissing up. And you used to go home and brag, hey, I'm in. Well, they kind of fell out of power, fell out of favor. They're not admired like they used to be. So, who are you in with? Now you're in is turned into a bad thing, like you're a traitor. They're looking at you like, ugh. They're in with them. Because with all their lying, like we're God, we control everything, we run everything. You all must do what we say. We make all the rules. They didn't read the small print and realize when everything went bad and went south, they were going to have to take the blame for everything because you're God. You rule everything. You do everything, and everything was done by you. So, you poison the water, the air, us. You're the reason that the fish are dying, the birds. You hunted down and ate up all the animals. You're the reason we don't have no money. You're the reason we're starving. Everything is your fault. That's a dangerous position to be in, and you trying to be in. This is because your grandma, in her time, it was a better place to be in the house than in the damn field. Things have changed, but she taught your mom these value systems, and your mom tried to carry on, obviously. Try to put you in with the good people. You don't need to be in with us here. You need to get up out of here. Get somewhere. See what I'm saying? Make your home and community such a bad place like hell that you're trying to escape from it. And where's heaven at? Where these other people are. You're trying to escape from hell and get to heaven. Live amongst the gods. Wow. I can't even believe it was pulled off. And none of us can. So we're back to how the hell. What the hell was I thinking? You weren't. You were hypnotized. When the hypnosis wore off and you started seeing that the wizard was a little fat, dumpy, bald-headed man with a bad back in a booth behind a curtain pulling a bunch of levers, oh my God. It took all my powers, juice, and clout with you to tell you gonna have to come through me and beat me in order to get to them, to keep the world up off. I mean, for real. No one wanted a problem with me. That is the only thing stopping them from taking vengeful tactics. So I had to defuse it by saying, hold up, wait. Going with the flow is something they were taught to do from birth. Actually being evil, you're going to have to pick them people out. You can't just blame a whole race of people or a whole world or group or nothing. And you better not say it's the white people. Because there are 11 kinds of white people. And in 2 different groups are related to me. So you gotta think about who you picking a fight with. You imagine this, okay? Say that you did go to war against them, impeach them, get rid of them, do whatever. Here's the problem. I can't help you. I'm gonna end up fighting you. Because think about it. My grandpa's white. I'm gonna let you come for my grandpa? You're nuts. I'm gonna fight you down to the last man. You can look just like me. That's why that plan will never work. It's a good thought, though. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We oughta, because you want some get back. That's crazy, too. You, okay? Revenge is crazy. And you know it's crazy. That's what makes you crazier. When you know something is crazy and you're trying to convince yourself it's not. When you say out your mouth it's crazy and then you act as though it's not. What do you say? When it's someone else, that's not going to bring them back. That's how you give yourself away that you know. Revenge is a waste of time. It ain't going to undo anything. It ain't going to even ease your mind. It's going to haunt you. So, and karma's going to come back for you. You keep the cycle going when you do that. If someone does to you something to you and you let it be, the world, time, karma will get them right where you can see. But if you retaliate against them, it's been transferred over to you. Now karma's coming for you. You stepped in there and took karma's place. So now you got to take their place. If they were going to die, you're going to die now. Because you took God and karma, Mother Nature, whatever, into your own hands. Instead of looking at how things truly work. I'm not talking about hocus pocus and magic and read this book and fucking follow and walk and dress like me. I'm talking about what you truly witness and see. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. Karma is real. In every land, every person, every culture, they got a word for it. And a saying. That's because it's inevitable. Evidence is in our everyday life. We can't even say something sometimes because we know why it happened to us. We know what we did to deserve it. So the revenge is just another insane act. Everything your fist hits your fist. Suck the wall. And then look at your fist. And it looks like the wall sucked it. Yeah, somebody did something ugly. But if you go back further, Someone did something uglier to them and they were just out for revenge. But it was so far back that all you see is their actions and you think they're just being mean. No one's nice for nice sake, and no one's mean for mean's sake. They have a reason behind it. They want something out of it. The reason they're being mean or nice, the reason they're frowning at you or smiling, they want something. Not always a thing. Sometimes it's just your time or you to listen to them. But they want something. No one is mean for mean's sake, and no one is nice for nice sake. That's a myth. There is no such thing or person. Got it? There is no such thing as a good or a bad person. They're just people. Some of the moves they do are good. Some of the moves they do are bad. And they fluctuate. And they alternate. I never seen nobody on anything but a good streak or a bad streak. I never seen them like that was them. It can appear that every time you see them, they're good. Every time you see them, they're bad. Those are glimpses. You should not go by that. So, this is supposed to be another 5150. We're past that. I don't want to go to 101. Let it land wherever it land. I'm going to press pause. Well, let's see. Let me think about the plan. I told you before shots. I have successfully took your mind through the gauntlet of every possible scenario idea for your existence. Every possible idea for how it came to be, what is going on. All of them aren't the truth. Everything I say is the truth. Everything is not the explanation of what is really at fault. Some things are a test. Some things are exercise for your mind. Like, look at what I just pondered. When I look at people, I see their animal characteristics. You know what I mean? Like, someone made people, but they ran short on material. So, they use animal material. This was the original thought. It has come all the way down to I'm in some little micro world where they made little human-like creatures out of insects and worms and snakes or whatever. Little small animals, rats and whatever. Because it really looks like that, and it's like I can't even disprove it. I can actually see what animal and creature they were. You know, wow. What if it's not a micro world? What if some aliens killed all the people in my world and then substituted their self for them? And I'm looking at all these people like they're my people because they remind me of them, but I'm knowing all the time visually with my eyes something about their appearance is off. It's like the mind implant doesn't match the original memories that are buried. They were meant to simulate them, but they're not close enough. And so my memory was erased where I would know the difference. But as it come back, people don't look like I remember them. It reminds me of Cold War, long ancient time ago, World War II stuff, when spies were trained to come invade, to be mold, that they would set up whole communities and action and function just like us, live their everyday lives like us, talk and speak like us. This was their training. This is like Seems like some alien training camp to invade my world. Really? Now, how's that for a stretch in your mind? Wrap your mind around that. A bad invasion based on limited information from a limited amount of abductees, not knowing the difference between a perfect specimen and a very flawed specimen. They fucked up. It's sort of like what you see. They all look alike to me. Can't define the good ones from the bad ones. How you gonna take a sample? Better still, what are you gonna do with them samples? You gonna plant the poison right beside the cure? Wow. And not know which is which when you go to pick? Okay. Like I said, a very bad plan. These mental roller coasters might make you dizzy at first. But look at those who've been doing it for a while. Look at the shine in their eyes like it's been polished. Look at their mind. Look at the change. No pain, no gain. This is the SPS. The ones, worthy causes. The servants of all. You know me. And by now, it's probably history. Or should I say, me story. Every time you hear that little click, I took a pause. And sometimes it can be as much as an hour. But for you, it was just a few seconds. My mood is going to swing and change. Look, I'm mad now. And there's a lot of things like things that exist. And people are going to tell you you're not allowed to talk about them. A fact of life, and you're not allowed to talk about them like race. You're supposed to walk around and pretend that we don't see what color everybody is and the differences. We want to act like we're all the same when we're not. That's saying we want to all act crazy. Because ignoring reality or truth, that's what insane is. And when I tell you things, they're not out of hate. They're a fact. They're a science. I'm a social scientist. And though they have racial factors, they're still science. And I keep telling you, this interracial stuff is not healthy. All right? If you just take those main bookends that you're always talking about, black and white, all right? They don't go together. They keep having birth defects when they do go together. The white people are eliminated by mating with black people. You have a child that is not white. Now that may seem like an advantage for the black person. No. There's some vampirism going on. You don't believe me? You want some scientific facts to know that this isn't racism? Let's talk about the main factor in racism. Appearances. Look at this interracial stuff and then look at their old photos. And watch the white person begin to get black features. How does that happen? How does your nose start rounding off? What kind of magic trick is this? And watch the black person have to start wearing lotion and oil because they naturally start looking ashy like they're turning white. No one really notices but other black people that interracial couples and stuff that the black person looks hella ashy. And you could say it's a black trait. How come all the other black people aren't looking ashy like that? Unless they just went swimming. I'm not going to ignore these facts. You are going to answer these questions. You're going to deal with it. We are all going to deal with it. It's not going to be swept under the rug anymore.